Well, Dan, thank you so much for coming in. Really excited by this. And for those who don't know and that are watching, please tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name's Dan Foenander, owner of Foebiz. So basically a DJ service, entertainment service, just offering for weddings and corporate gigs, functions, all that sort of thing. I guess a little bit about me. I started DJing just in the back shed, taught myself, which then eventually led to sort of club gigs, went to sort of operating the nightclub, helping operate. So that includes, the social media, the rostering, mentoring, sort of the music collaboration with everyone. And then sort of that evolved to weddings, corporate gigs, function space. And yeah,
exciting. How did you feel when you did your first wedding?
Very eye-opening, I guess, because you can prepare as much as you sort of can, but those unknowns get thrown at you. Mm-hmm. So it was a good learning curve for me. Definitely from then to now, learned a lot in the wedding space. So yeah.
Tell us about Foebiz. Tell us about some of the offerings that you guys. Is it just yourself? Do you have a team? Tell us more.
Well, I've got a team of people. So obviously, with lots of work coming in, had to expand. I've got five people that work with me as well. So all the people in the team have, I've either worked with for 15 plus years in the industry. Also mentored some of them. Some of the younger ones in the team I've mentored through the nightclub system that I used to work in.
Yeah.
So we're basically just offering the DJ MC package, acoustic, some special effects, dry ice for the first dance, that sort of thing.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And so are you there for pre-ceremony, or is it just the evening reception?
Yeah, from the get-go basically. So, that meeting up with the couples at the start. So right from the get-go, sort of working the ceremony, could be the canapes, the cocktail hours, all through dinner, sort of, then the dance floor, like the peak part of the night. So
there's a really big responsibility then as part of that host of entertainment for the night. You set the tone, you set the vibe. And how does it feel to have that responsibility on your shoulders to help curate such an environment?
I guess it's been 15 years of experience in any sort of event now that I'm quite meticulous in the sort of planning, sitting down with a couple, really getting to know them. That's what I like about it. Really getting to know them, what music they like, what vibe they want for their wedding, maintaining a high level of equipment as well, so that when it comes to the day, it's all working and that sort of thing. Constant feedback and liaising with the couples is pretty important, and that's sort of where I get the best out of it. I get the most out of it.
Yeah, wow. We've asked this with a couple of vendors, of course, but what sets you apart from some of the other people or companies or businesses in that entertainment space?
Yeah, I guess the passion for every single wedding. So being that I've had my own wedding, I know what it takes to make it memorable, and wanting to give that to the other couples and give that experience to the other couples, So, whether that's picking up on, that one song in a speech that they've said where the bride and their friend have been driving around, or belting out a song in the car and making sure that gets played later in the night.
Yeah.
With the speech, or if there's a Port Adelaide fan or a Crows fan, like chucking in Never Tear Us Apart at some point in the night, just pick up on these little 1%ers that enhance the day and make the night even more special for them. So
yeah, beautiful. So Dan, tell us a little bit more about you, the person that you are, some of your hobbies and interests. Let's get to know you a bit more.
So I'm married to my wife Lily. She's a primary school teacher. I play basketball twice a week. I'm at the gym, 6 times a week, every
Looking good.
morning, sort of routine
Looking good.
style thing. Yeah, you have to be healthy in this sort of job, because lugging equipment, all that sort of thing. Hoping to start a family one day in the future, and just sort of keep building my reputation in the industry, in SA nationally, just as one of the best sort of wedding experiences and entertainment services.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So Dan, if I have to ask you a specific question tailored for you, it would be, what would be the difference between a guest MC and a professional MC?
Yeah.
Why would I choose you maybe over one of my best mates?
Yeah, I guess being that we've sort of done it plenty of times, we know sort of the ins and outs on how to sort of guide the day. With the guest MC, sometimes they go a bit rogue. They might start things without videographers being there. Really important that you guys sort of capture everything that needs to be captured on the day for you to do your job. So when the guest is, starting speeches without us being there, it's important that we're there basically. So me in the background, sort of working with the venue staff, with the other vendors, just guiding it to the timeline as best we can, and just bringing that little bit of touch, that little bit of fun to it.
And just reading the room, reading the environment.
Reading the room, yeah.
I guess knowing you're prepared of what music to play or to transition into a speech or transition into, say, the bridal party entering into the reception or something like that. Yeah,
definitely having that personal touch, like meeting up with the couples, working out that music that they need for the certain times, playing at the right times. As you said, reading the room, very important. You can't be just playing, bangers at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Has to be tailored the right way and built the right way. Atmosphere has to be built the right way for that dance floor to be rocking later on.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Tell us about some memorable moments over the last couple of seasons for you. You've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
Surely you've seen some hero moments or some crackers.
I guess being selfish for a minute, my own wedding was memorable enough. New Year's Eve 2021, COVID time, so plenty of ups and downs in that period for everyone. But we sort of brought in the new year. Myself and my wife rang in the new year. Being New Year's, we extended the package to 2 a.m. because we weren't sending people home at 11 o'clock.
Nice.
It was also my wife's mum's 50th birthday that year, so instead of doing the sparkler exit that you see at a lot of weddings, we just did a big circle around her with the sparklers.
Yeah, great.
Had a big donut tower for her. It's those sorts of things, those memorable moments that we want to bring to every single couple's weddings.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very important. So also, it's really memorable being part of weddings that previous couples have been at. So seeing them down the track and just sort of going over their wedding with them and maybe playing a song that went off at their wedding.
Wow.
Bringing that extra touch to those special days. Yeah.
How do you feel if there's been a guest at the wedding or the reception and they've experienced you as an MC or a DJ, and then they approach you and contact you to say, "Are you available for my wedding?" How does that make you feel?
Feels awesome. I guess it's sort of hard to put into words, but it definitely makes you feel warm. Makes you feel like what you're doing is right. At previous weddings, if they've come to see you or they've seen you at a wedding and they want you, it definitely feels good. Yeah.
So Dan, like everybody in this seat, we're going to share with you some motivational words of wisdom. And a quick note for you, just to consider, is we're here to make a difference and not just a profit. How does that sit with you?
Yeah, it definitely aligns with what I think. We want to make every day memorable as possible. It's not all about the money. It's about just giving the best experience and the best day for, some of these couples is the biggest day of their lives. So, it's good. It resonates with me for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you got anything to share with the community, with someone else that sits in that seat?
Yeah. I guess never lose your passion, be the best you can be, and never stop at anything less than that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Dan, thank you so much for coming in, sharing with us about your heart, about the DNA behind Foebiz, and I look forward to seeing you out there in the field.
Thanks so much for having me, Josh. Yeah.
Well, Liesa, thank you so much for joining us on I'll Be There, and it's a great opportunity just to get to know each other that bit more, and for everybody else that sits in the seat as well. But getting straight into it, please tell us about yourself. Tell us what you do.
Sure. So I own Florists. I've had the business around 13 years. So I primarily specialise in wedding work, but do events also. It's a complete passion. I've been in the industry for probably 30 years, and it's just continues to be the love of my life. I think the thing is I'm very lucky. The clients who I get are just beautiful. I get to work with amazing venues, and it's just always something new, which I think is really important for me. I can get bored quickly, so I find just being able to change it up, continue to evolve. You know, we're always learning. I never stop learning in the industry, and I'm really humbled by that. I love that. So I think for me, with Fleur de Lis, it's just continuously a passion project, love of my life.
Yeah.
So
How did you get started? What kind of prompted you into that space?
oh gosh, well I'd worked in the industry for so many years, like with wedding work. I'd managed businesses for people and worked for other people, and I'm very, very grateful for that because I got to really learn the side of business that I wanted to learn and take little bits from the different amazing people I worked for.
Yeah.
So that really set me up well rather than jumping into something that was unknown.
Yeah.
So with Fleur de Lis, I'd got out of the business for a little while because I was a natural therapist. I had a natural therapies business.
Wow.
And while I love that, I miss creating. I need to create. It's in me. It's in my blood. So I ended up sort of talking to my partner at the time, and he said, look, why don't you start your own business? Get back into flowers. And it just sort of evolved.
Wow.
It just came up and just all fell into place. And
Sure. And now what does it look like kind of day to day, month to month, or you know, over the last 12 months? How has business been? What's it look like?
look, I think business is a roller coaster. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. I think you can have your roller coaster moments.
Yeah, some highs,
We all
some
know
lows.
that.
Yeah, tell us about some highs, some hero moments, or some milestones that you've kind of reached that you thought you might not, or some exciting parts of the journey.
Look, I think one of the biggest things I'm always humbled by and grateful for is that my business is now probably 90% referral.
Wow.
That sort of always gives me peace of mind.
Yeah.
You know, when you, as a business owner, you start to think, oh gosh, it's been a bit quiet on the, inquiry side.
Yeah.
And then knowing I've got these amazing venues and wedding coordinators I work with and clients that I've done weddings or events
Yeah.
for that recommend me, that really, it just makes me so happy. It makes me so grateful to know that I've got these people supporting me.
That's such a credible testimonial of your work, your service, your product. For someone to refer you is the biggest kind of accolade I feel anyway. And how does it make you feel knowing that someone has referred you on? How does it make you feel?
I love it. I'm so thankful. I always ask when people inquire, how did you hear about me? And even if it's a client, like I did a wedding for, or someone I worked with 10 years ago, I'll still get in touch with them and say, thank you so much. It means so much. It gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
I love it.
What does a day in the life of? So let's think about a wedding for a moment. What's the process involved?
Aye. If only we could charge like lawyers, It's a huge process. That's, I think, the thing a lot of people don't get with flowers. It's like we just jump through fields of daisies and we're Susie Sunshine all the time. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's before the flowers are created on the day. That's the easy part.
Yeah.
It's, the emails, it's working with teams like other vendors, to get on the right page for our clients. sourcing flowers. It might not be we use one place. We might have 3 different suppliers.
Yeah, wow.
Finding like if we need to get items like vases and sundries and things like that, we need to source those.
Yeah.
You know, it's the emails back and forth. It's
Yeah.
the mood boards we create.
Wow.
It's a huge process.
And so does, a couple or someone sit with you and share kind of their mood board or their vision process, and you come back to the table with these are your options? How does that process look?
Look, it really varies. Some people come to me, you know, with a mood board and a Pinterest board and say, this is the look we're wanting to achieve.
Yeah.
Other people come to me and say, Liesa, we have no idea.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Even to the stage where I'll sort of say, okay, jump on my Instagram page even and just pick a colour palette you love.
Great.
So it can be from here to here.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's, yeah.
No, fantastic. And thinking about kind of the next 12 months, what does that look like for you?
Oh, you know, there's some, you know, plenty of bookings. There's lots of amazing work coming up, more beautiful weddings. I'm actually just taken on a new event client who has been just such a pleasure to work with, and I'm doing a lot of work with them. So I'd like to get some more events through as well.
Sure.
So if there's any event, you know, places
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there that would like to work with me, I love doing events as well.
What would be your point of difference if you were to think about, say, other suppliers in this space, floristry, floral? What would set you apart from, say, someone else? What's different about you?
Gosh, that's hard, isn't it? It's because I just admire so many people. It's not like I want to say, oh, I'm better in any way.
No.
One thing I do get a lot is people always say, thank you for responding so quickly.
Yeah.
I think I've won a lot of weddings that way. For me, and I'm not judging anyone else, but for me, really having the communication flowing and getting in touch with people quickly and responding in a good time frame is really important to me.
Yeah.
It's not just about signing the deal.
Sure.
It's about having my couples really comfortable to know that they're going to be taken care of and enjoy the process.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I think communication is the key throughout the whole process, isn't it?
Definitely.
And that's where couples will feel comforted and assured that they've got someone who understands them and their vision and that journey's with them, isn't it? I'm going to ask a curveball here for you. What does like your work-life balance look like in terms of, you've got your business, you own and operate and run the business, like you said, you are attending to emails and communication. What does life look like alongside that?
Oh, well, I'm a control freak, so I'm just super organised with everything. You know, I think everything is just, without being rigid, I do have like systems in place.
Sure.
I've got my routine, and with my son and, you know, with my kids, and my daughter's older now, but, you know, having to balance and I think friendships as well. I'm really slack. I have the most amazing friendships, but I sort of get home from weddings and you know, you get it, Josh, you have that wedding hangover, and, you know, if it's a Saturday night, don't ask me out. I'm too tired. So I have made a pact with myself that during winter now it's a little bit slower, I'm going to make more of an effort with my friends and get out there a little bit more and have coffees But your social life can take a bit of a beating with a business. But look, I'm very lucky. I have people in my life that know I love them no matter what, even if they haven't seen me for 2 years. So it all works out.
And is it just you, or is it just you that does absolutely everything, or do you have a bit of a team or some other people that help compile and deliver on the day as well? How does that look?
It's mainly me, I think, because I've worked in the wedding industry so long, I can do 3 people's work. And I also operate from home and on site. So I have been known to get up and start a wedding at 2 a.m. because I just can't sleep. I'm too excited.
Wow.
But saying that, if I've got a couple of weddings on the same weekend, I have got amazing people that I can contact to help me.
Yeah, great. Yeah, awesome. Wow, there's so much there just to think about and consider. And we've got some makeup artists, and they start earlier than what we do as well, and you start even earlier. And there's so much, isn't there, that goes into a wedding and collaborating
with all these different amazing vendors. And that was part of why we wanted to bring people together, just having these conversations and learning more about each other and the roles that we all play collectively to produce the best day for the couple. So yeah, no, that's great. Thank you for sharing all about kind of your life and some of those other passions and hobbies. What would contribute to some of the success that you have had? You're getting booked out, you've got multiple weddings on at a weekend, extremely busy. What would be one of the contributing factors to your success of Fleur de Lis?
I would definitely say the support I've had. So, the wedding coordinators that I work with regularly, the venues that have put me on their preferred supplier list, the referrals, I think definitely. I think that has helped keep Fleur de Lis going really well and running well and growing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm so grateful for that. That means so much. And I think, Josh, like, I love going to new venues as well, but you do have your favourites.
Yeah. Are you name dropping a few here?
Oh God, I could name drop so many.
There's so many incredible venues out there, isn't there? Yeah. And we get excited when we visit something that's new. But if you do have to name a few that you love or that you've got a good relationship with, and why, is it because the setting just really elevates what you're producing as well? Or
ooh. Well, can I name drop one?
For sure.
Oh, Howard's.
Yeah.
I love Howard's.
Yeah.
It's the team are just beautiful, so organised to work with. It's a beautiful venue, it's got great fixtures and fittings, and it's just a pleasure to be at.
Yeah.
Yourself.
Sure. One of
Howard's
our favourites as well. And the aesthetic
Yeah.
and the environment obviously helps
Yeah.
with a lot of the suppliers there. It's so beautiful just to hear kind of your heart and the DNA behind what you do. It's so often that we, are kind of ships in the night passing these other suppliers. So it's really good just to get to know. If there was anything that you would love to share with someone else that's listening, whether it be another florist or whether it be another supplier, have you got any kind of words of wisdom or encouragement for someone else?
Oh, gosh, words of wisdom. I think the biggest thing, and I have to work on this too, is not to let fear and insecurity creep in.
Yeah, well.
Is to always believe in yourself. It can be hard at times, and we can rely on other people to boost us up. But I think the biggest thing is just have faith. If you don't jump and take the leap, you're never going to know.
Yeah.
So it's better to start somewhere. Just begin.
And what about for the couples? What about if you've got some engaged couples there that are watching or listening to you? Something for them to think about or consider, especially from your space when planning?
The biggest thing I think is feel comfortable. You have to feel comfortable with who you choose 120%. It's a working relationship. So while you might love, the aesthetic of people or their work, or maybe that'll draw you in initially, but if if you don't have the confidence there, then I would always say even with me, if couples didn't feel 120% on board, I would even be happy to recommend someone else to them.
Yeah.
Because wedding planning's tough. And when people are doing it on their own, I think it's really important that you feel happy with the communication, with your, contact, the service you get, and feel comfortable, feel like you're going into a working relationship just knowing that you're going to be 120% happy.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you so much for coming down, for joining us, and just sharing a bit more about your heart within this space. And we really look forward to seeing you out there in the field.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, Josh. Thanks. It's been great.
Claire, thank you so much for joining us on the show. This is really exciting to have you a part of it all. And I'd love for you just to kickstart and get us going by sharing who you are and what you do.
Okay, thank you for having me. It's great to be here. So, yes, I'm Clare, and I'm a marriage celebrant, and I'm just about to marry my 300th couple, which is incredible. I deliver ceremonies that are fluff-free, short, fun, bubbly, and give you all the warm and fuzzies. So,
Wow.
I love what I do.
How long have you been doing this?
So this is nearly 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. My background is in the medical field, so I used to be a midwife.
Wow.
And then I transitioned. I wanted this big sea change. I wanted to do something completely different. So I actually trained to be a florist initially.
Yeah, wow.
And then I did wedding floristry. And then it was actually a photographer that said to me, Claire, you'd make an incredible celebrant. Why don't you give that a go? And I was like, no, I can't talk in front of all those people. Absolutely not. But I thought about it, and I did my training, and I've never really looked back. It's been a fantastic career, and I've loved it.
Yeah, wow. Do you think then it's the nurturing side, the maternal side there within the midwifery that's just helped you adapt so quickly with these couples?
Yeah, absolutely. I think being a nurse and a midwife, the skills that I had in that role have served me so well in this job. The empathy, the ability to connect with people, being able to pivot, think on the spot, because often things don't go the way we want it to go. And in that moment, you have to think quickly and be calm and be able to support the couple through any changes that might need to happen. And just being able to connect with people from all different walks of life. And that stemmed from being a midwife as well.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
What do you think then sets you apart? Is it that in itself, just having that super maternal instinct and ability to adapt? Or what would you say enables you to set yourself apart maybe from some of the other marriage celebrants out there or services out there?
Yeah, I think it forms a really good foundation, having those skills. I think also that you only have a very short space of time to connect with your clients. We don't see them a lot. I see my clients probably about 4 times.
Yeah.
And you have to get to know them really well, and you have to get them to share their secrets and so that you can build an incredible ceremony for them. So I think those kind of skills for people to drop down any barriers and get to trust you very quickly is much needed, and I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
I get people on my side quite quickly, and it helps so much.
Yeah.
And for me, it's all about the way people feel when they're with me. I had a review recently where the couple said having Clare as my celebrant felt like a warm hug.
Wow.
And to me, that is just beautiful.
Yeah.
And that explains it, that, people feel supported, they feel listened to, they know that they trust that I'm going to give them a great ceremony and a great time.
Sure.
So, yeah.
How does it make you feel when you see these reviews come in, however they look and sound? How does it make you feel?
Oh, just wonderful, really. I'm always really nervous opening them.
Yeah.
But then you read it and it just validates the work that you put in, because I don't think anybody knows what all of us vendors do behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's a huge amount of work. People just think it happens, and it doesn't. It takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So it's just worth it when you get that kind of beautiful, positive review back. It's just a great feeling, like, yes, I got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it again next week.
Beautiful. Do you ever look at, the flowers and the environment that you're in and think, I changed this or I do this? Is there a part of you that, misses that?
I miss floristry, the smell of the flowers, but I have a really renewed respect for florists. They work incredibly hard, and I look at all these things that they do, and I know that they've put so much heart and love into that. It's not just look at it and walk away. I really look at it and go, you've done an amazing job.
Yeah,
And
wow.
that must have taken a long time. So
Yeah.
I have a real respect
Yeah.
for florists.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
You mentioned before the 300, the number, 300 there for you. One of the milestone moments, I guess. But are there any other milestone moments, any hero moments that stand out along the way?
I think in this role, it's all the little things that stand out for me. I haven't had anything major, but it's those intimate moments. So when I'm stood at the front with a couple, we're often having some giggles and sharing inside jokes, and the other people around us don't know what we're talking about, but it's those intimate moments that I'm sharing with those couples, trying to make them feel really relaxed in that moment. And also the ones where you're waiting with the bride or groom at the front and you're waiting for their partner to arrive.
Yeah.
And just keeping them nice and calm. And I have this whole range of corny jokes that we share. And we have a bit of a laugh at the front.
Sure.
Did you want to hear the last
for it.
joke? So where was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Where?
At the bottom.
Great. So that
So it's
just
just like-
it just helps break the ice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of keep one joke just in case, because they are in that moment. That person is incredibly nervous.
Sure.
They've been greeting the guests. They've been, standing there, being the focus of attention for so long before their partner arrives. So they
Yeah.
need to stay nice and calm. So I feel like that's my role, just to protect them in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about the journey that the couples go through with you then. So they've inquired, they've contacted you, and then what happens?
So we have that initial chat, either online or in person. So we get to know each other really well. I get to know what they're looking for, the kind of vibe that they want for their ceremony. It's really important to know that from the beginning. And then, of course, there's legal paperwork that needs to be completed. So we go through all the legal paperwork as well, get that signed. And then it gets really exciting, all the planning for the ceremony. I gather all the information in the months leading up to the ceremony.
Great.
So I get to know them and their story really, really well. I don't tend to share the script with my clients before the ceremony, because I think hearing it for the first time and seeing their faces is just so precious. And it's a big trust. They have to trust me that I'm going to deliver. But yes, we see each other about 4 times. I always have a rehearsal, so I think that's really important.
Yeah.
It settles people's nerves. They know what's going to happen next, and on the day they can just say, "Oh, yeah, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
We're going to be
great.
okay." So we always do a rehearsal for the big weddings, especially where there's lots of moving parts.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're great. Any venues, any different settings and environments that stand out for you that you favour maybe a little bit more than others, or that make everything a bit more comfortable for you?
I think where there's an inside option would be amazing. I think it's always really tricky, like for the beach weddings and weddings like that. On a really, really hot day, it's really hard to convince the couples to maybe have a plan B.
Sure.
I think if there's an inside option at the venue, that's amazing. We can just all move inside.
Yeah.
But standing outside in 40 degrees can be quite challenging. So
do you think that's one of the most contributing factors to changing the vision of the day initially, or that can impact the day here in South Australia? Do you think the weather?
It is. It's. I think we have these extremes, don't we, of temperatures and weather. For most of the time, it's perfectly fine. We manage it, but I think that's part of getting to know the clients really well and talking to them ahead of their wedding. That they need to prepare for these things and not have to make a decision on the day. They've already made that decision. But yeah, recently we had that huge thunderstorm, rain, and the couple were amazing. They just made the decision the night before. They knew that what was coming.
Yeah.
So everybody, all the vendors knew what was happening,
Sure.
and it just went ahead nice
Yeah.
and smoothly. Of course, they were disappointed, and we understand that. You know,
Yeah.
they've had this vision, and it's hard to make those decisions.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But you get through, and listen, we can testify. I think we just circle back to our wedding we experienced with yourself, Chapel Hill,
yeah,
down in McLaren Vale. It was one of the first weddings that they had indoors with a lot of guests,
Yes.
a lot of guests. But, you know, the couple understood and they adapted really well, and we just ensured. And I think working with yourself and the hosts of the venue and everything else, we're all there to make it for the couple and to make sure that they're comfortable. And as soon as there's a break in the weather, of course, we're straight out there documenting the rest of the day. But certainly can testify. And I think people will be able to see from the cameras here just how smiley and bubbly and charismatic you are. And that in itself as well makes people feel, I'm sure, at ease and peaceful to just kind of journey through the rest of the day.
yeah.
No, it's an incredible thing, and it's such a delicate industry to be a part of. What would you like to see maybe introduced to the industry, or what would you like to see that comes into the industry over the next couple of years?
Oh, that's a big question. A lot more collaboration between vendors would be incredible. I find that really valuable. Doing
Sure.
things like this is
Yeah.
just fantastic, and being part of things behind the scene with other vendors and getting to see how their role
Yeah.
is and what it takes for them to get to that moment.
Yeah.
Again, with the weather, I think the venue's looking more at a plan B
Sure.
as well, and talking for them to talk to the clients
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
a plan B as well, because it is very difficult to be doing that on the day.
As you said, it's extremely hard if they have their hearts set on, you know, for instance, my own wedding. You know, we had people from the motherland come here, and yet it rained, and it was December. You know, so you have all of this planning in place, and we still adapted fairly well, and the venue did exceptionally good. They have to make that call, a few hours prior, don't they? Rather than waiting right up until the wire.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly I think the collaboration is a reoccurring theme that's coming up with people that are sharing that they'd like to do more. And there's some events that are circulating around with suppliers at the moment, annual events and kind of mid-year parties, Christmas in July, things like that, which is great. But what about for yourself then, Claire? What do you see on the horizon for yourself over the next year or two?
So I'm introducing an MC package. So
Wow.
that's going to be really exciting. So I get to carry on the celebrations with the couple. So I don't head off home. I get to stay there and party with them. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
More training for myself. I'm part of a Celebrant network. So, we have lots of annual training. So lots more learning. I'm actually training to be a funeral celebrant as well. So that's on the cards for next year. But yeah, just more of the same, really. Just being consistent, being dedicated to be exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any words of encouragement for other members of the community, whether they're vendors, suppliers, across the board there?
I think celebrate your uniqueness. Be true to your brand and your values. Share what you're doing, I think. Just be true to who you are, because what you bring to a couple is just purely unique to you, and it should be celebrated. So I think that's really important. We're all different. We're all different, but we've all got something amazing to offer.
That's really good. And what about for the couples? What about for those that are planning their wedding? Any words of encouragement for them as they continue to plan?
Yeah, I think not to get lost in the whole craziness and noise of what weddings planning can often be. Be true to their own story and what they wanted from the outset. It's really hard when you're hearing and being pulled left, right and centre by other people's opinions, but checking in with each other, going, are we on track?
Sure.
Are we you know, are we doing this for us or
Yeah,
for them? So that's really hard. And I think couples, there's always one person in a couple that's really organised and takes the reins,
Yeah.
and that's most couples, and that's fine. But I think it's really important that the other person is their biggest cheerleader and goes,
Yeah.
yeah, you're doing a great job, keep going, is there anything I can do?
Yeah.
Checking in on them regularly. Because there is, in most couples, there is that one person that loves a spreadsheet, loves a notebook,
Yeah.
loves a journal. And that's great. We need that person. But yeah, for the other person to make sure that they're doing all right and they're coping.
It just sounds like, you know, you're doing something really special in this space. And again, we can testify for how good you are on the day and what you bring to the table. And we want to just thank you for coming down and sharing a little bit about yourself, and look forward to seeing you out there.
Oh, thank you, Josh. Thank you so much for having me. It's been great.